keep it nappy and I do what made me happy. Ayy. And nobody can deny me that I'm blessed. Ayy. I keep it nappy. Hey y'all, what is up? It's your girl, Chai, back again with another video. My first video in a very, very long time. I'm not even sure what channel I'm uploading this on, but that does not matter, y'all. As y'all can see by today's title, y'all, we finna get into some mess, but some truth at the same time. We finna get into a message that is, I think, not just good for myself, for my household, but it's a message that I think will impact a lot of different households when it pertains to marriage, when it pertains to family, when it pertains to breaking generational curses. Because you see me, I'm a curse breaker. So does that mean that I'm perfect? No. Does that mean that I am, you know, to be worshipped as someone that just never does anything wrong? No. But it's to say that the things that I do wrong, that things that I have done wrong, the mistakes that I have made, I do everything I can in my power to correct those things. And even to the point of generationally, looking back in my generations of family, women, men, all of that, and seeing where I can step in as the generational curse breaker, as the black sheep of my family, and actually be able to direct and steer my bloodline in a different direction. That's what I'm passionate about. So that is what drives, that's the force that drives me here before you today, okay? I am normally not someone that seeks confrontation. I am normally not someone that is very, I don't know, like, I'm very bubbly. Like, I try to keep the peace for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my forte. Like, I don't like stuff that gets that energy out of me, because when shit like that happens, like, y'all, it just goes left. Like, I'm telling you, like, when I rage out, baby, when I rage out, people be thinking with people being chill and cute and kind that it's because they're nothing to be scared of, baby. They ain't got to, baby, on a spiritual level, don't fuck with me. And I'm here today because being kind, being respectful, trying to honor, you know, your elders and honor the women before you and doing all that, baby, it landed me here. It landed my marriage in a very tough spot, might I add. And me speaking out today is freeing me. It's freeing my bloodline. It's freeing my marriage. It's freeing my husband. You feel me? That's what we here to do today. That's what we here to do today. Because other people got to speak they piece. Other people got to talk they shit. Other people got to say what they thought of me and this, that, and the third. Same shit they was uplifting me for, praising me for, I got torn down for. But that's what happens when you're dealing with a narcissist. And we're gonna get into it. I'm not trying to get too deep into my family business, but at the same time, sometimes as the matriarch of your family, you gotta knock all this shit over. For real reasons, might I add. Yeah, you don't just, you know, go off on people because of them bringing a critique to you. You don't just go off on people just because, you know, whatever the fuck. You actually have real reasons and valid reasons for why you saying what the fuck you saying. You don't just talk out the side of your neck to someone that you claim you love, claim that you honor, claim that you respect. And I still stand by that. Although today, all bets are off. Period. All bets are off. All bets are off, baby. I don't care. I don't care. Because seeing the pain that my husband has had to endure due to this person, seeing the pain that we've had to go through, seeing what someone meant for our demise, what someone meant to be a bad seed in our marriage. Oh, trust me, they tried. They tried. It tried. But it didn't work. It didn't work. Because me and my husband, we transmute energy. We're fillers. We're going to feel it, but we're going to transmute that shit. We don't just sit in bullshit and just say, yeah, that's just who I am. That's just how I am. That's just who I am. You know, like, I'm just, you know, just expect this of me. No, you actually work on yourself. You actually, you know, try to heal, try to, you know, become a better person. Like, you know what I'm saying? But y'all, I don't even know where I want to start in this video. I just wanted to start with disclaimers of the fact that I am not someone who normally seeks drama. Anybody that knows me, I normally try to fall back with shit. Because, baby, I'm what you might call a gentle giant. Because, baby, I really can knock all this shit over half the time. But I really be keeping my peace. I be holding my peace. But, baby, my throat chakra is open today. It's open today. Y'all feel it? Y'all feel it? Okay? So, okay, when it comes to dealing with these people, a lot of times we try to fall back, let it be what it is. Okay, that's just how they are. That's just how they are. No, this is how these people be getting away with all types of bullshit their whole entire life. Never to be checked. And anyone that does come in their path that even slightly they feel like it's checking them, you're not even checking them half the time, but anybody that is a reflection of or brings out something that they don't want to acknowledge yet, oh baby, you are their first goal of like, oh nah, get this bitch up out of here, get this nigga up out of here. You know what I'm saying? They're interrupting my program. Nah, I got people believing this and knowing this and on this low vibrational frequency. Let it stay that way. Move. You get what I'm saying? So where do I even want to start, y'all? Like, oh my gosh, I gotta figure out where I'm even gonna start. Let me just start off by saying that this year has been a very life-changing year for my husband and I. The last 2 years actually have been very life-changing for us as we have became, you know, we got married, we became parents and things of that sort. We brought our daughter into this world, and you know, she is truly a light, she is truly a joy, and seeing her, it just really makes you look at yourself. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it makes you look at yourself. It makes you look at the areas where you may have dropped the ball, the areas where you may need to, you know, pick up some slack. It makes you want to correct the things that are not, you know, of the Most High, not even just of the Most High, but of your highest self, of your highest existence, just your higher, your most best self, and what the next bloodline before you can do. Not to say you're, you know, going to be this perfect person. I don't think that that is human. You know, humans, we have our little side and off things about us, you know. I think that's what makes us human, right? However, patterns are patterns. You know, negative patterns are negative patterns. Things that you don't want to keep continuing down in a generation, you don't want to keep continuing down in a generation. And you will do whatever you can as a mother, as a wife, to see those things corrected as best as you can. You know what I'm saying? Of whatever's in your control. Because as a mother, you know that you do not control every single thing. You don't control everyone around you. Shit, even your children, you can't control up to a certain point. You got to let them, you know, grow up and be their own person, right? So at the time that all this stuff and drama was taking place, I was still in a very religious mindset. I'm not gonna lie, me and my husband had came out of some of the religious, you know, dogma that we were taught, but we were still, you know, coming out of getting our own thoughts together on where we stood with certain things. And we are very highly spiritual people, right? Spiritual not meaning perfect, spiritual not meaning, you know, never to make a mistake, never to stumble. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're in our 20s. We're in our 20s, okay? And let me just be quite frank, because half the shit that y'all, and this is no shade, but half the shit that these people and these narcissistic ass parents and in-laws, father-in-laws, mother-in-laws, shit, I don't know even who else, in-laws, that y'all be, you know, judging so hard on like the next generation of what they're trying to do. I be looking back like, so in your 20s, what was you doing, baby? What was you doing? Were you perfect? Did you have life figured out? Because according to what me and my husband have seen, we've been really trying to correct things from a younger age. It hit different when you're doing this shit at a young age. It's a lot of pressure on. It's a lot of temptation. It's a lot of this and that, influences this way and that way to try to steer you to a different direction. And a lot of these in-laws, y'all fell for it. Be honest, y'all fell for it. Y'all fell for it. So when you see the next generation aiming to do something differently, why would that trigger you is my thing. Like, but we're not even gonna get, you know what, let me bring it back in, because I feel like I'm getting off topic. I do not even know where to start. Oh my God. So when it comes to this person, okay, my mother-in-law, we just gonna call it what it is, baby, my mother-in-law. I'm not putting her name in here, but she is my mother-in-law, and she knows who she is if she does come across this video. It is what it is. At the end of the day, if any of our family comes across this, it is what it is. Y'all already had y'all idea of me. Y'all already had y'all's beliefs of me, whether y'all believed it from the next bitch, next person, whatever. And then other people I do feel that I've clicked with. You know what I'm saying? And I would hope that it's genuine. But guess what? My relationship with my mother-in-law, I thought started off genuine. But clearly that was not the case. So now my guard is up, okay? Low key, okay? But it's still all love. It's all love, because some of my in-laws in my husband's family, they have really reached out and been active, have been checking in on our daughter, on us, us, you know what I'm saying? They've seen us through us having, like, you know, struggles and stuff like that, which every marriage and different things have gone through certain things. So once again, it's just when you have a higher calling on your life, you will be held to a higher standard by even those around you, even your elders. Even your elders, they will expect something out of you, and in the moment that you come out from that idea that they have of you, they're ready to tarnish your name. If they're a narcissist, they will do it, okay? So I have been learning recently more about what narcissism is and things like that, and I realize that it's something that does run rampant in the Black community that we do not like to talk about, okay? That is why half of us are struggling with the shit we struggle with. And you know, you have a lot of children that have been going no contact with parents, whether it was because of, you know, marriage issues, whether it was just because, hey, I'm not even married and I don't even got children, but I just don't want to be around you because you're, you know what I'm saying, you're toxic, you're not willing to change, you're not willing to listen, you're not willing to hear. Everything is always a fight, everything is always an argument, everything is always crying, everything is always manipulation, you get what I'm saying, before we can even get to a real conversation, you know. And it makes it to the point where you can never have a genuine conversation because you're met with so much ugliness, you get what I'm saying, you're met with so much negativity that it's like they already are projecting their expectations of this, that, and the third. And you would think it's your expectations of you. It's really their expectations of themselves. They know that they have not done the inner work. They know that they are not healed. They know how they would handle fuck ass situations, and they think that you're going to handle it the same way that they would. So they project how they are and who they are onto you. You know, you may hear this as, you know, them going around the family telling them this, telling them that, like, you know, and things of that sort. Where do I start when it comes to my story? My story begins, what most would say, was nice. It was chill, like, and now that I'm doing more research on different people that have had to go no contact, especially due to marriage and family reasons, with their parents, a lot of times it does start off decent, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times these narcissists don't reveal themselves until you're married, until you've already, you know, crossed that threshold and it's actually real that y'all are husband and wife. Then it settles in like, oh, like, my child really does have another family to, or their own family to tend to. Like, they think that they don't matter or something like that, and that's not even the case, you know what I'm saying? Like, half the time they have this insecurity that's not even real. It's just something that you're building your own family. Like, it's nothing to take personal, right? I would say, damn, where did I lost my train of thought. So when it comes to like narcissist parents and things like that, a lot of people don't experience these things until, once again, you are engaged. Some people experience it as early as being engaged, or as soon as it seems that y'all are about to take things very serious. Some couples, maybe they had a baby, or maybe they got, you know, any marriage, any big thing that like unifies a couple and kind of separates them from their own previous family dynamic that they were in. That is where a lot of this, I found out a lot of this energy can start to fester and come up. And even if it did seem as though this person, you know, liked you, or, you know, was cool with you, or things like that, a lot of times it's just a facade. A lot of times, you know, like, you'll be left questioning, like, were the moments that we had that I thought were genuine, were they even genuine? You know what I mean? Was this person even really trying to get to know me for me? Or were they just waiting for a moment of me to fuck up? Or were they waiting for a moment of me to need them? Or, you know, or something like that, to be in a lower state, or to be in a state of needing help. And instead of being an elder, instead of being a matriarch, instead of being a patriarch for some, you know, because I've heard some of y'all be dealing with father-in-laws too, child. So you know, this goes for across the board, but I think it's more common for a lot of people to deal with the mother-in-laws being toxic. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if it's because women, we more emotional or what, but also in the Black community, a lot of single mothers, things like that. So that is a whole, you know, thing in and of itself, that I think sometimes it's like it just already wasn't a healthy dynamic going on. And so but when I say this, these people, they have children and things like that, and next thing you know, this person shows their horns, their father-in-laws, their brothers, their sister-in-laws, their, you know, their mom-in-laws. They show this venom that you didn't know was there, or that you, half the time, and I ain't even gonna lie, y'all, because I'm a seer. I'm realizing a lot of my spiritual powers when it comes to this year, and my spiritual calling on my life. And a lot of times, before you even know your calling, other people see it. You know what I'm saying? Demons see your calling. You know what I'm saying? People who are of a lower vibration can sometimes see the calling on you. Even when you thinking, yo, I ain't shit, I ain't doing nothing, like, I'm imperfect, like, I don't have like my life figured out. I don't have the most money in the world. I don't come from a rich family that got everything figured out, or you know what I'm saying? I just have my choices. I just have who I am. I just have my spirit. I just have my personality. I just have the light that's within me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a whole bunch of material things to be like, oh, this and that and the third, you know. I am still building. I'm a young woman. I am, you know, aiming for something great within my family. And I just want to, you know, embrace my in-laws. I want to embrace, you know, us having family bonds and things like that. And a lot of the times, if your mother-in-law is not on that same frequency, you know, she may try to meet you and act like she do, but it's just to get you to let your guard down. It's just to get you to a point that she got you. You know what I'm saying? She has you in a place where you think that y'all are good. You think that, hey, like if a conflict does come up, because hello, I think human decency, just relationships and how we are in this world, it's normal for conflict to arise. Like, you will have a disagreement, you will make a mistake. You as the daughter-in-law, yes. Son-in-law, yes. But also you as the mother-in-law, yes. You as the father-in-law, yes. Y'all can make mistakes as well. You know what I'm saying? And if and when that time comes, how do you handle that? How are you supposed to handle it? And if your daughter-in-law or son-in-law is bringing something to you that is a conflict or that is an issue, how are you handling it? Is it with conflict resolution skills? Is it with emotional maturity? While we're talking about emotional maturity, because y'all, I was in the house with this person and heard them talking all types of shit about me, y'all. That's what's crazy. Like, y'all, this person was in here. This person hates me, y'all. It's scary because you be like, I thought we were cool. I thought we were good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the one day you have a off day or an off moment, they waiting to be like, see, that's what that bitch is on. Yeah, this bitch, they were just waiting for a moment for you to mess up. Waiting. When I say waiting, okay, so, y'all, starts off great. Me and my husband was long distance for a while. Talked to her on the phone every so often, great. Kiki and ha-ha, you know what I'm saying? Meet her in person, great. Meet my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, great. One thing I will say, I'm not about to go too far in detail of the children that are involved in this situation, which, you know, my brother-in-law is not a child no more, technically. He's a grown man now, but at the time, like, you know, just when I met them, they were considered children, like, and they're still technically my younger brother and sister, you know, like, or they're the age of what a younger brother and sister would be for me. So, you know, they might not want me to be their sister now, child, so I can't even say that, child. I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? I love them and all, you know what I'm saying? These are two people that I find very innocent in this, but I hate that I've already seen the poison from their mom take over. So, bitch, I don't know, bitch. Look, I might try to extend an olive branch, but they might snatch that shit, bitch. So I don't know. Like, I really don't know what to do when it comes to them, y'all. Like, this is me just venting and opening up about what I'm going through currently, because I know that I'm not the only one, bitch. I know I'm not the only one, and this shit is stressful. And you know, I was gonna keep my mouth closed, really. Like, I was just gonna be decent, but I was like, no, like I said at the beginning of this video, being the respectful one, all in the name of trying to honor and be, like, you know, respectful. I let my mother-in-law, you know, treat me like trash, yell at me like I was a bitch on the street that was trying to steal her money, child. Okay, like, girl, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm here in a different energy of just like, no, like, I'm standing fully in who I am. I'm standing fully in this confrontational energy, baby. It is what it is. Like, the things that just took place before I started recording, the Most High gave me all the sign I needed that I needed to record this. So as long as the Most High goes before me in this video, I really could give a fuck who does not like me recording this video. That's just me being honest. That's just me being so real. Because whoever already feels a way about me, you already feel a way, baby. You've already made up your mind of who I am. So either I'm just gonna confirm that for you at this point. Let me just confirm it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know who I am. My husband knows who I am. My husband sees my light and my dark. My husband embraces my light and my dark. He has helped me heal a lot of things in the dark. You get what I'm saying? And I do my best to do the same for him. Because another thing in-laws don't realize is y'all need to put more respect on your child's spouse. And that's whether it's the son-in-law or your daughter-in-law. Because they're the ones dealing with whatever childhood trauma that you put them through, knowingly or unknowingly, baby. They're the ones that are still dealing with the results of who you raised. They're the ones still going through regular life things together with this person. You get what I'm saying? They still have, and keep in mind, they're still a human being too. They still have their own shit. They still have their own healing. Their own, childhood shit they gotta sort out. They still gotta sort out their own insecurities, doubts, whatever else. Baby, like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Y'all really be expecting God out of your daughter-in-laws or son-in-laws, and then when they show you that, hey, I'm just human. Hey, I don't have it right now. Hey, I'm not educated on this, or you know what I'm saying? Hey, can you help me with that? Like, y'all take that as an opportunity to bite instead of to help, instead of to lift up. One day, if I ever have the honor of being a mother-in-law, I want to know how to handle conflicts. And yes, I will be the one to initiate most healing, because as the elder, as the woman, as the head in the family, since his mom is so big on being the head of household and stuff like that. But where's your leadership skills? Where's your skills on how to conflict resolve, since you're such a leader, since you're such the head of your household as a woman? You know what I'm saying? Where is that? Where's your wisdom? Where is it? Not with us. That's why we've gone 2 years not speaking, right? Because you waiting on us to come and call you? No, it's not going like that. What? So we can re-invite your nasty energy back in? That's the thing. Y'all be so appalled when people are like, you know what? I'm done. Like, what am I going to beg this person for? When all they're going to show me is they're going to spit back in my face or be like, yeah, come to me. Just to still be mistreated. No. A lot of children are waking up from that. A lot of people are waking up from that shit. They're not putting up with that. Not everyone lives in your household and is under your spell or your whatever you think everyone should be on. There's other people that exist outside of you, other realities that exist outside of you, baby. Like, we gotta understand this, okay? So where I would like to go with this, because this is going to be a multiple part series at this point, baby. Okay? And eventually we will get more into just the healing aspect of things. And I don't want this to just only be about drama or this and the third. But this is me using my voice and freeing my marriage. So whatever opinion people have on me freeing my marriage, that lady got to speak her piece and talk her shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I had to listen. I kept my cool because we were living in this woman's house at the time. You get what I'm saying? Which, ooh, baby, 0 out of 10. Don't recommend, baby. Whew. Grateful for, you know what I'm saying, this person thinking that they were gonna help. But half the time people use, like, if you are not dealing with a genuine being, the moment that you need their help and things like that, just know they're holding that. They're ready to hold that over your head. They're ready to be like, oh, but wait, but this, but that. Like just be ready for them to throw that shit in your face. And anytime you have a conflict that you want to bring, or a time that you feel that they wronged you, hey, I don't like this, they're gonna blow it back in your face like, how dare you, you're living, or you know what I'm saying, things like that. And so you're not really allowed to have a voice. You're not really allowed to have a voice. So I would just highly recommend, don't believe when you're around that loud. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just being honest, like, don't do it. Don't do it. 0 out of 10. Unless I would say, unless your in-laws are, which half the time, I mean, even there's married in-laws that still be partnered up in BS, right? But if your spouse comes from a healthy family, or if you yourself comes from a healthy background of a family, and it's not even that if they're a single mother that's, you know, but they have to be healed. It just has to be a certain energy, a certain, you know, dynamic where, like, they know that, hey, I'm not perfect either. You know, I'm willing to sit down, talk, and apologize myself. You know what I'm saying? If that hurt your feelings, that's not what it was. This is more so what I was trying to communicate to you. And truly, anyone that's not really there out to get you, it will be nothing. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not this big pride thing of, well, they didn't call me, so it's not that. It's not that, baby. When you want conflict resolution, you want conflict resolution. And you know, when you were the one that got to say your piece but the other people didn't, and you still expect them to come back and be like, we apologize. What are we apologizing for letting you cuss us out? Like, what are we apologizing for? I'm sorry that I didn't, you know, stay so that you could keep cussing me out and talking shit about me. I'm sorry. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all, so we just gonna, I'm gonna just wrap up this first portion because this first portion was a lot of disclaimers, I would say. Like I said, I don't want to get into nitties and gritties too crazy, but I will have to give some details just so y'all can understand the story or understand what I was going through. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said, throughout this story time and the parts that come with where I feel like I could have slipped up or my husband could have slipped up. But me and my husband have already made peace with certain areas and certain things, and we realized that a lot of the small areas that we maybe have stumbled or things like that, we were quick to apologize. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of the things that she could try to hold over, it's just like, we've apologized. Like, there's plenty of times, like, and then I hate that because dealing with a narcissist, it'll make you think like you're just the only one that fucks up all the time because they don't ever have to apologize. Like, it's always like, nah, you coming to me, the fuck. Like, that's the energy you're met with. Like, it's a mind fuck dealing with a narcissist, really. You know what I'm saying? It really is. So, and I'm here to just unlock that. I'm here to free my marriage, like I said. And yeah, so like I said, long distance, met in person, great relationship, y'all. You know, felt like it was gonna be great. I felt like, oh my God, here we are. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was coming over, helping who are my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, who I still have love for once again. So like, that's why I'm not trying to go too crazy in this video. I actually still hope that my husband can, you know, eventually have a better relationship with them. Actually, like, you know, I really hope that they can, you know, make amends and that they can see it from my husband and I's perspective versus just only their mothers. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I don't think they understand. Like, y'all only understand your mom right now. That's it. And you're in a place right now where you will never get the truth if all you believe is your mom. You just won't. You won't get the truth. You won't get every side of the story and then come to your conclusion. You know, and God forbid y'all would not find out until y'all deal with y'all own spouses. You know what I'm saying? Or until God forbid, you know, your spouse comes into your life and it's like, yo, what's up? Unless this lady figure it out before then, maybe. Maybe I don't know what to say. But Cause like I said, even with me, it started off great. It started off fine. So just cause it starts off that way, a lot of people think when you come into a in-law dynamic that, you know, there are some in-laws that just out the gate talking shit, out the gate doing this, doing that. But there's a lot of in-laws that they do things covertly. They wait for a good time. They wait till your spouse is not around. They wait for, you know what I'm saying, just different moments to drop seeds or to let you know, like, bitch, I hate you. I hate you. I hate that you're married to my son. I hate you. They wait. So, I would say things started off great. I met my grandmother-in-law on my mother-in-law's side. Loved her. She's a Sagittarius like me. And I guess one thing that I could say that happened at the beginning that I don't think I ever really realized, that this person was actually like in weird competition or like making weird jokes. Cause like I said, when all this happened, I just took it as, okay, like, you know, like what? Like, I was kind of stunned because I was like, it felt like weird energy, but at the same time, we was having a good conversation on the phone. Like, this person called me, I was cooking dinner one night when my husband was gone at work, and I was like, yeah, I'm making dinner, and she was talking about, I think, her mom or something like that, and then saying that it was like her birthday coming up or something. Like, it was like close to around their birthday, sometime December, November, off in there. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I can't remember the conversation word for word, but I just know we were talking about zodiac signs for a moment. And I was like, yeah, or let me not put her sign out there. You're a water sign, I'll just put that. And then she was talking about her mom. Her mom's a fire sign like me. And so is my husband's, like, you know, other grandmother, whatever. So I was like, oh my God, like, he has so many Sagittarius women in his life. That was a comment that I made. Just like making conversation about zodiacs. Like, oh yeah, like, so he has so many Sagittarius women. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm a Sagittarius too. Like, I'm just making conversation, thinking it's fun, And on the phone, she's like, yeah, I'm a water sign. You know, I put all that fire out. Bitch, I'm an oil fire. Baby, water don't put out oil fires. The fuck? How about fire boils water? It steams water. The fuck? It evaporates water into thin air. Okay, if we really want to just be like that, right? At the time, I'm not thinking to say nothing like that because I'm just like, okay. It was just weird. Like, it was just like she was trying to shut down my like excitement of just like relating to the women in his life. I was just like, cause me, I'm coming in, and that's the thing too. A lot of y'all mother-in-laws, y'all gonna get what's coming to y'all, baby. Y'all better hope y'all sons be bringing back the right type of woman. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause I done met some women that could give a damn about a mother-in-law. That could give a damn about a auntie, uncle, this-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. They could give a damn. They already come in hella guarded. Don't want no relationship with y'all. But when you have the honor of having a daughter-in-law or a son-in-law that actually cares, that actually is not being overly guarded, actually just like, hey, y'all are my family. Like, and I know they say, you know, that's dumb to think, child. Now I'm kind of like, damn, maybe y'all right, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I said I see why a lot of these people just come in guarded. Like, nah, I ain't trying to get close to none of y'all. Yeah, y'all smiling today, y'all gonna be tearing me down tomorrow. I get it now. Quite frankly, like, that comment, it threw me off. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Was I reaching? But I don't think so, given how everything played out, right? But it's just kind of like seeing how this person was like already, I think, comparing themselves or comparing, you know, me or something like that. And it's just like, I wasn't even in that energy because I'm not even playing for your spot. You're his mom. You're this man's mom, bro. Like, I can't take that spot. I don't want it. I want my own churn, okay? I want my own churn. My husband is not my child. You know what I'm saying? That's your child. He will forever be your child, baby. I can't take him from you like that. Only thing is, we're starting a family. So the child that you raised, the proper orders for them to go on and start their family, right? Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? And so, anyways, this lady, you know, that was one of her side comments. I would say another thing, this is all while we're engaged, keep in mind, because I moved with my husband to PA while we were engaged, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. I wasn't trying to shack up or nothing, you know what I'm saying? You know how you say, you know how I do things, whatever. But I was like, I need to be a official woman, you know what I'm saying? On the way to that, you know what I'm saying? So, and I love that, you know, my husband was already in that mode of like, you're my wife, like, you know, if you move down here, you're my wife, like this and that. So love him for that. I love him. He is truly a patriarch. Like, he is truly a patriarch. And me realizing that I married a patriarch, I'm like, whoa, like, I do have that matriarchal energy. Like, I realize that, like, it's in my name, it's in who I am, it's in the things that I'm interested in. Like, I just want to do something different for my family, and I'm going to do that, and I am doing that. And it started a long time ago, but I am progressing us forward by speaking my piece, and it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm okay, you know. And like I said, starting off engaged, things like that, side comments. Another issue, you know, went shopping, agreed on something. I don't even know the full details. Like I said, I'm not trying to get too deep into details fully because some of these things I just don't want to OD explain. But it was great. I was like, you know, doing what I normally would do with my mom and my nana out here in Texas. I was doing it out there, but with my mother-in-law, helping her go shopping for an outfit for an event she was going to or whatever with her job. And, you know, helping her find stuff. We had a great day. And then we was like, we were still trying to see. I was like, let me know if you're gonna do I came to visit or something. Me and my husband was there talking to her about something, but she was also on the phone with, I guess, a co-worker or a friend of hers. Y'all, people's true colors will come out either through their children or through when they're on the phone with someone that they be talking about you with. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize this at the time, but like, they little side comments and things like that, if their kids are coming to you saying weird shit, but before it was fine, a lot of the times it's the parent, you know, that's putting venom or talking shit around their children, and their children are able to hear, and so their children start taking on that idea of you and things like that. So, you know, and a lot of times these people do it on purpose so that people don't like you, so that people can start already developing a weird energy for you. So cool, right? Talking on the phone with her co-worker about, you know, this and that, and I was telling her like, you know, yeah, just let me know if you're gonna do the dress, and she like rushed me out like and it made me feel weird because I was like, we was just in a good vibe. Like, why did you start acting weird now that your co-worker's on the phone? Like, what? These are little things that happen before getting married that I was like, like, what's going on? And then when I tried to bring the situation back up to her, she was like, oh no, like, you don't need to take me that seriously. Like, don't take it to heart. Like, I just be like that, like you taking it too seriously. Like, so that's another thing they'll do. They will make you feel like you're crazy. They will try to say, like, they will basically like push your boundaries like all hell. But the moment, that's the one thing about a narcissist, baby, y'all be good at setting boundaries. but y'all don't respect nobody else's. And that's what be killing me, boy. Y'all will be so gung-ho on your boundaries. Like, the moment you think someone is even slightly pushing your button, I'm flying out, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're ready to guard. But it's because you know how you be doing. So now you can't take genuine, you know what I'm saying, conversation with other people. Now everything is a, no, they trying to push my boundary. No, they trying to try me. When people just make mistakes sometimes. Genuinely. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that to say, because whenever I brought up boundaries, I brought up like, hey, I didn't like that. It was never an apology. It was never, oh, baby, I didn't, oh, like, I'm sorry. Like, do. It was never that. It was never that, y'all. Never that. But anytime, this is a situation that happened where I would say I messed up or that I did something that annoyed my mother-in-law, okay? Because like I told y'all, I'm a real ass bitch. And we're going to talk about this shit for real. So I had, it was around Christmas time. And mother-in-law had some, I think it was oat milk. It was like an oat eggnog situation, right? So good, okay? I forget what brand it is, but so good, all right? It's an oat milk that only comes out, it's like an eggnog, and it's seasonal, you know, because eggnog is seasonal. I mean, it's a plant-based oat milk, you know, and whatnot. So she let me try some. We had all tried some. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Oh my God, y'all, it was addicting. It was so good. Oh my goodness. And so she was like, cool, like don't worry about it. You can have this one. Like, so graciously she allowed us to have like our own one, right? And then I guess there was an extra one, and I think she said it was okay to pour from it, but I realized I remember that I ended up pouring too much. From what I remember from the story, I ended up drinking too much, and I think it was either all gone or just about gone. And I think she had plans of doing something else with it, like, you know, a different type of drink or something like that. And she had told my husband or whatever. Like, she didn't even come directly to me, I don't think. I think she went to my husband about it. And so she went to my husband and was saying, like, you know, like, she drank all my eggnog, like XYZ 1 2 3, like, just really mad about it. I forget if she came to me about it, y'all. Like, and I don't have my phone to go through my messages to see like if she sent me a message about it. I don't know. But all I know is I felt horrible. I instantly was like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, as a daughter-in-law, if you are a daughter-in-law that does care or that wants to be close to your mother-in-law, you know, you want to, you know, stay on their good side, obviously, right? Like, I mean, a lot of people don't want to admit that. A lot of people act like, bitch, I can give a fuck. That's not me. Like, I do want to be on people's good side. Like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with admitting that? You know what I'm saying? I think any person that wants family wants, you know, will want that. So she went to my husband. I forget exactly everything she said, but just letting him know, like, she was just like upset because she was like, yo, I was using that for this, And I remember I didn't just feel like nervous. I felt like, damn, it's like it's the end of the world. Like, I didn't mean to. Like, I will get you another one. I'm sorry. Like, I did not mean to like OD drink your stuff or whatnot. Like, my bad, for real. Like, genuinely, my bad. Like, genuinely. I didn't even feel like, oh, like, you could ask my husband. I was never like, oh, she tripping. Like, I just get her another one. It was never that. So even when someone's trying to say like, oh, let me repair it, let me do this, let me do that, it's not them trying to say, oh, get over it. Like, I'll get you another one. It's more of like, oh, like, let me correct my wrong, let me put another one in there. Y'all, we go to the store. My husband was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna go get her another one instantly, because I told my husband, I was like, baby, let's go get her another one. Like, I'm sorry that, you know, that happened, like, because she was gonna use it for something else. And I was like, oh my God. So we went to the store, y'all. Why we go to the store? They didn't have no more. We went to like 2 different stores, because we would normally shop at 2 stores. We went to 2 different stores to see if they had it, and they did not have it. And they were saying that it was out of season, or like, I guess it wasn't there no more. Like, it was a limited time only type of drink. So I was even more like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. So all I did was, because what I was gonna do was get more and then go and apologize. And I think we tried to check to see if they had more before I apologized. But either way, I knew I was gonna have to apologize, you know? So next time I went over to see my mom, I'm, you know, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, oh, like, I'm feeling nervous and shit. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. And I break down crying, y'all. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Ma. Like, cause I just felt nervous, because I knew she was really mad. Like, I knew she was really mad, and I didn't want her to be mad at me. And so I had cried. I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, I think his little sister was there. I forget if she was or not, but yeah, baby girl might have been around when that happened. But yeah, like, I was talking to his mom, and, you know, she accepted my apology. She was like, it's okay, like, you know, she kind of like smiled or whatever and was looking at me crying, and I was like, okay, like, you know, and I hugged her. I told her like, I'm really, really sorry, like, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever case may be. So that's the instance of something that, like, this is me letting y'all know, like, I'm human too. Like, I didn't have, like, I made mistakes even, you know what I'm saying? But like, to me, it was just like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. I really don't know what words I'm looking for when it comes to describing this. But I'm just giving y'all like random moments of like leading up to us being married, just so y'all also get a feel for like my relationship with my mother-in-law, like, or the relationship. I'll say this, not the relationship with her, but the relationship that I thought I had with her. I even like took it to the point of like confiding in her about like my weight loss and like issues with my weight, and, you know, just like insecurities and stuff like that, which I would say, if you have a genuine mother-in-law that has shown and proven time and time again that she's not out to get you, or that she, you know, is, you know, balanced in her perspective of things, then yes, feel free to. I don't think you should feel weird to talk about it, because this is womanly things, right? Like, you kind of tend to want to look at your mother-in-law as like a second mom, at least where I'm from, you know. And I know, like I said, it's a new thing nowadays where it's like, nah, I ain't looking at that bitch as my mama. A lot of people had that mentality, but I didn't. I went into that family and that household thinking like, how can I add value? How can I be a part of the family? How can I, you know, just join right on in and fit right on in? Like, I'm not here to change y'all. I'm not here to change who you are, you know what I'm saying? But something that I did realize that my mother-in-law said a lot was, she would always call herself a piece of work, right? And when I looked up like what that means, the full saying is nasty work. So like, a piece of nasty work. So, and a lot of the times people use that to describe someone who is hard to deal with, right? Normally they have all these traits of a narcissist, hard to deal with, you know. Lack of like empathy, you know, quick to anger, quick to nastiness, a nasty person, like, no shade, no tea, like, you know. And this is not to paint her, this whole story time is not to only paint her as like some evil person, but I'm just talking about my experience and the stuff I've experienced, and that has, you know, affected my marriage, you know what I'm saying? And I have the right as a wife to speak out. I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have the right to speak out. I have the right to speak on my experiences, you know. And I'm not here to make it seem like it was just all bad 24/7. It started to get worse. It started off decent, great, whatever, so-called what I thought, but like I said, after you go through a situation like this, you kind of start to question everything. You start to question if anything is genuine, like, and we will get into that, because, you know, this woman did eventually put on a wedding for me. I will still always give gratitude for that. I will still, you know what I'm saying, always give her that. At the same time, you just feel weird doing it, because it's like, yes, if it was genuine, thank you. But if you were just doing this to have something to throw over my head, or to be like, yeah, I did that for them, they ain't had this, or, you know, like, if that was your motive from the jump, then I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But thank you for what I thought you were giving it for. Thank you for, you know, what I thought you were doing it for, because I thought it was a genuine energy when we was doing it. But there were some things leading up to my wedding that it was a little bit of drama, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And it revealed a few things. Like, I kind of saw how this woman felt about me leading up to our marriage, actually. So, you know, I think everything started to really go downhill once we were married, and then we hit some hard financial times, so we had to move in with her, which we will get into that in later parts of this series. I don't know how long the series is gonna be. I really don't want it to be no more than like 3 or 4 you know, little videos. And then we're gonna get more into the healing aspect. We're gonna get more into the bread and butter of, which this is the bread and butter, you know, but the bread and butter of like healing that, you know what I'm saying, of just how do you move forward? How do you move forward as a wife, as a husband, as husband and wife? How do you move forward unified? You know, we can speak on, you know, mistakes that your husband may make, mistakes that you as a wife, or mistakes that the mother-in-laws and father-in-laws make. We can speak on all of that, but how do we move forward, you know? So please stick around, because this story time is not just for like tea and entertainment. You know, cool, if it's entertaining to you, great, but I know that there's really real people that's dealing with this every day, current day. People have dealt with this from the dawn of time, like, you know. So I'm just here to speak my piece on my situation. I've seen a lot of people go about speaking on their piece way more disrespectful than I'm even going about it. So let's just be happy that I'm keeping it as classy as possible, because the way that I was handled in that woman's home, the way that I had to sit down and hear myself being torn down for the very same things that I was once uplifted about, You know what I'm saying? The very same things you uplift my husband for, the very same things that you uplift me for, use me for, you know, things like that. I got torn down with those very same things. Now all of a sudden I'm the opposite. Now all of a sudden I'm everything but a child of God. Are we serious? Are we serious? We're gonna get into being a parent, the responsibility that you hold till death. Actually, it's eternal, your role as a parent. But people don't want to talk about that though. People don't want to get into that though. So when you forfeit being a parent, your child did not do nothing directly disrespectful to you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they kept their peace. They kept quiet. They handled you gently. And they're still considered disrespectful? Oh, well, you don't want to see disrespect then. That's all I could say. But until then, y'all, this is going to be the end of part 1 of who the fuck is my narcissist mother-in-law. Like, I don't even know what we're gonna title this, y'all. Like, who? Like, y'all, sound off in the comments if you see this. Like, have you been through this? Have you seen someone experience this? Have you been a toxic in-law? Have you been a toxic, you know, in-law to someone and had to apologize? Or did you used to have a toxic relationship with your in-laws and it got better? Like, or did y'all have to go no contact? Like, what outcome did y'all get from if you had a similar situation to mine and my husband? If you're a man watching this, how did you handle like any disrespect that you saw coming towards your wife? Because y'all, we're gonna get into all of it. Like, and also my husband speaking about it too on his page. So he's talking about his healing from this situation and, you know, that coming into realization that you have a narcissistic parent. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of times, you know, you grow up in an environment and then when someone new comes in that is like, oh, wait a minute, they kind of shine light on. And it can go the other way, even for me with my husband and my family. So I'm not saying that it's just this way with me going to my husband's family. Even my husband, like, you know what I'm saying? So you can just shine light on like where things, you know, need to be better or can improve and things like that, which that's the point of moving forward the generations to come, right? Marriage, doing this, having babies, so that we can put them in a different situation moving forward, right? That's the goal, you know. We're gonna get into, you know, being a woman and, you know, doing the best you can to make good choices. And, you know, sometimes that triggers other women that feel like, bitch, I don't care about making good choices. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. I do what I want. It's all that until you meet someone who's like, I know society said we should do it like this, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that. I don't want to show up in that energy. And then all of a sudden it's all bets on you. So, and it can be a very slow progression of the anger and the hatred and the rage that you start to receive from your in-laws. So once again, let me know in the comments down below, when did your in-laws show their horns to you? Let me know. Was it off rip? Did it kind of take some time? Was it when your child was born? Because baby, oh, I don't know what I would have did. See, I'm kind of glad that everything went down before my daughter got here, because I don't know if I could deal with that stress, y'all. It was already stressful enough dealing with this aftermath of what the fuck happened, but at least we were no contact with this person by this point. So I was able to have a peaceful pregnancy, you know? So anyways, y'all, I'm rambling at this point. This is the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe if y'all care to. And just know I love you, and definitely be back for part 2. I'll see y'all later. Bye.